What's up, everybody? Here today. I hope you had a good ass day. I think you're fucking awesome. It's a tough world out there, and you woke up today. You did shit, whether it was lying in bed or actually getting out and doing whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. You woke up. You had a day, and having a day is a splendid thing. Amazing. His future would say sensational. I'm feeling sensational. Just listen to Laos the Cat. What's it called? Beneath the Stars, They're Mocking Stars. Underground artist, I would say underground. This dude who, basically has a storyline as a cat, and it's an intense storyline. It's got a lot of details, a lot of wordplay. It's got a lot of analogies to things in a regular life of a human as well. It's intriguing to me. I think one of the main things I noticed was it made me wonder. I don't like to get too far with my thoughts because I can, overthink and then get beyond what's actually real. But I was wondering if some of his story is telling from a cat's perspective actually related to his own life story. And that was intriguing to me because he talked about things like not having food and just feeling lame and just being stuck under the stars, almost being homeless or something. And then cat turned into a human and found a girlfriend, and was happy. Started growing flowers, peonies. Like a song about that. And then he really just chills out and just it kind of ends on a happy note. That's interesting to me because it makes me think if this guy's life somehow has a connection to that. But I don't like to, like, sometimes I think it's typical for interviewers and anybody who's analyzing music to just make guesses about the person's life without actually them saying it themselves. And I don't want to do that. But I will say, I think it was a great album. Yeah, I think it had a lot of depth to it. It had a lot of great wordplay. I was reading all the lyrics, reading along through Genius. And it had a lot of depth. It was very wordy, very verbose. Um, that's all I really have to say about it. I think this guy deserves more credit. He doesn't really get talked about. I think it's because his albums are so dense and just he's a British rapper. Plus he just doesn't really seem to advertise himself very much either. He just lets people find it. He knows a couple people who even like do keyboards on his album and stuff. We have a little bit of motion in London, but that's about it. Like he doesn't really, he's not self promoting. He's just letting people find his shit, and it's great stuff. I think this is even better than his last album. Yeah, I really recommend you listen to this. Lausse the Cat. I think this is like it's like a fairy tale. This is a joy for any listener. This is gonna, if you really just sit down and listen to it, you're not gonna be able to do it while you're doing homework. You're not gonna be able to do it while you're uh trying to finish Elden Ring or something, because those are gonna take too much of your attention. You need to put all your attention in this album, and it will sustain your attention and it will keep you interested. Um, it is like a fairy tale and really has a lot of bright moments to it. And I would say, so my main thing is check it out. I don't think it's gets enough recognition. If Laos Cat, I know I got no motion, but if Laos Cat, you ever want to interview me, let me know. Just let me know in the comments, buddy. You know, anybody, fuck it. If any of you viewers want to fucking talk about music with me and make an episode YouTube video, we could just do a Zoom and just record that shit. And fuck it, I don't care who you are. Like maybe at some point I'll become more like bougie. Like y'all can only talk to so many people, but fuck it. If you want to talk to me, if you're a viewer of this, like come on now, just hit me up. Um, but I would say yeah. I guess I've been thinking about just leaving thoughts about life at the end of these just ideas and stuff like that. And I would say let me think. Let me have 5 seconds. Let's just take 5 seconds of silence for each of us to ponder what went on throughout our day and our week, and what can we reframe in our minds to realize the real truth. Okay, I think purpose and happiness. Those are my main two focuses I'm going to talk about. Um, I think we all need purpose to find happiness, and sometimes happiness can be the purpose. But when someone can't be happy anymore, if they're depressed or if they have something that makes them grieve extremely, then they're not going to have purpose. And they stop being happy because even once they're able to be happy again, they don't have the purpose to be happy because it was taken away from them. So they don't even seek out being happy. And I think that's an interesting thing. And I don't know if that makes sense, but I would say, like, I remember reading like that Viktor Frankl Man's Search for Meaning. That was a wonderful book. Kind of sad first half, but learning about like the logotherapy. It's interesting. I would say I I remember I took a class in high school. It was like 2 hours a day, um, and it was all throughout high school. And the whole thing was just doing stuff in the community, and it really was just trying to be purposeful learning and having purpose to what you're learning. And I try to apply what I learned. And being at school, it can be frustrating because I'm a college student right now. I have a job. I help at like a video recording place. Really doesn't pay, I guess, but I would say I get some money from other things too. But I would say my main purpose right now is really just making music. But I've been liking making these videos. And I think whether you're stuck in a 9 to 5 job, whether you come home and you don't even like your girlfriend or something that you're living with or whatever it is, there's so many things that drain us of purpose, and it can be in our environment or it could be our minds. But often it starts with the environment. I'm definitely someone who thinks we're a product of our environment, and sometimes we're too, as a Western society and even Eastern societies too, we're too wrapped up in the individual. The individual is very important. We need to make sure that that's important, but um, I think we need to realize that certain people um, are not getting the world that they need to thrive. Um, and it's lots of people actually. There's only a select few who really have a conducive environment to be creative, to realize their true potential, and to really have a steady stream of joy coming in, even if they have some other bad feelings once in a blue. Um, that's interesting, but we need to. Uh, so purpose can come to them naturally, but we need to force purpose upon ourselves. We need to be almost a little bit pushy with that. We need to have a certain idea that, or almost ideal, that we are having meaning to everything that we're doing, and everything matters for the future of the world and for the future of ourselves. Um, yeah, that's interesting to me. I would say I've been working on trying to find that because I'm a depressed motherfucker. Like, shit, if I don't have purpose, um, it's like I'm not gonna enjoy a single moment throughout the day. Honestly, cause life is devoid of meaning when you see it as being devoid of meaning, and it's really simple. It seems paradoxical. It's like it couldn't be that so easy, but you really just have to repeat in yourself, just like, this is what my meaning is. This is what I'm here to do. Just remind yourself throughout the day. Um, but I've been having meaning. I've been feeling like I got motivation to do shit, and I've been happy sometimes. So it's actually wonderful. But O fam, O son gang, we gotta build ourselves up. We're awesome. Lausse the Cat. Actually, first half was low key kind of depressing. I was thinking about just philosophizing about other random stuff, but I'm probably gonna get to that later on this channel. I feel like I gotta address some just things that are personal to me, like meaning and just other stuff in my videos, like at the start. But I'm gonna get to other stuff, just random rap philosophizing or just random science or philosophy philosophizing, whatever it is. Like, I'm gonna get on my bullshit and just speak out of my ass and just come up with ideas on the spot. But yeah, I would say, check out Laos the Cat. He's fire, very fire. I hate saying fire. I sound like a basic ass white boy, but he is. He's fucking fire, bro. Dude, bet. I swear he's fire, my guy. Okay, that's it. I gotta leave it at that. All right, adios.